A local reality telestar is behind bars.
Hey, what's up, my truth seekers? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. T Jones, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me real good, guys. Look, apologize. I've been switching this back and forth, back and forth. I really didn't even want it to come on and talk about this right here. I mean, this was a lot. If anyone should have stood out, it should have been, people that is not supporters of Melody, because this right here is a lot. And I'm going to talk about all this. I'm going to see if I can drop the link. If anybody wants to come up, you can, except, like I said, I can't take no one that is non-biased. Okay. You just got to stand on your truth. If you're a millimeter, you welcome to come up, but oh my God, just right here is a lot. This is a lot. And also, you have to carry them up because, I need to see you. But I went ahead and dropped the link in case anybody wants to come up. We're going to go ahead and talk about season 8, episode 1. And the title is called Arrest Redevelopment. And, just like I've been saying for day one, I think that and I'm not going to say they, I'm going to say Miss Buddy. I think that she used this as a storyline. I see Unpopular Opinion is in the house. Let me go ahead and let up. How are you doing, Unpopular Opinion? How are you doing? Let me, she's getting her mic together, guys. Oh my God, this is a lot, guys. I'm not going to tell you no lie. This right here is a lot. And I am very disappointed. I'm very disappointed, how it opened up, especially when it comes to Call is King. Are you there, Unpopular Opinion? Her mic dropped. So just wait till she come up. But in the meanwhile, guys, let me go ahead and do my copyright disclaimer. Make sure I go ahead and put this out right quick. copyright disclaimers under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I see Ms. Wu is in the house. She said, "Good afternoon, Lady D and Chat. How are you doing? Happy blessed Sunday." T. Jones is in the house. You good? Good. Hey, and Ken's Big Sis says, "Good afternoon and happy Sunday all." And I see that Shakira King Black is in the house. Gave me some roses and a smiling face, and I definitely need it. Okay. How are you doing, Miss Opinion? How are you doing?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you real good. Yes, I can hear you real good. And before you say so, let me go ahead and put this out right now. I see that I got 22 people in the house, guys. Let me go ahead. I put my cash app, Real Talk 985. I see two of you, unpopular. I see you in twice. So one of them I'm gonna go ahead and remove. Okay. Can you hear me? Unpopular. Unpopular. I see she got two. Let me kick this one out and unpopular, can you hear me? So we just wait until unpopular opinion gets her mic straight. But also, guys, I got 22 people in here. Make sure you hit that cash app, Real Talk 985, or better yet, you can go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So we just getting unpopular opinion, getting her straight. So are you there, unpopular opinion?
I'm here. Hey,
I
girl.
can
I'm
hear you real
sorry.
good.
Yeah, so I
I
had
can
to
hear
get
you
on the
real
app.
good.
Yeah, I had to
Okay.
do the app. I tried to do it through YouTube, but they don't like that. So, how are
Oh,
you?
okay. Well, like I said, this right here, this is very stressful, when it comes to this reality show, Love and Marriage in Huntsville. And
Hmm.
the reason why it's very stressful because, we all can, relate to some of the stuff that's going on and take a piece out of all this right here. But what really to me is very gut wrenching. I don't know if you saw, the way that I did my intro is how, we emasculate the black man, especially when we know that, especially when it comes to the policemen, and all the stuff that had happened. And for you to,
Yeah.
play with the court system for something so petty, I just don't
Yeah.
understand it.
You know what really stood out to me, and I didn't get to catch a review yesterday. I am gonna hop on with Butterfly later on tonight.
Hmm.
But what something that really stood out for me during for that first part of the show yesterday, it, she put out she waited for months, right, to put out the threat that he made. So can you hear me?
Hmm. I
So
can hear you real
he made
good.
the threat via the text message. She waited months and months, put it out. She knew he had a warrant, right?
Absolutely.
But then allowed her children to ride around with this man in a car, knowing that this man had a warrant. As we watch black men pulled over and it go left, somebody end up deceased, just to even play with that and not to tell him, you may want to get your stuff checked out because I've been advised that there's a warrant. No, she said that she gonna let it all play out. So you didn't care whether or not your kids would be with him, whether or not it would traumatize them to see their father and interact with the police. She didn't consider any of that, not her children's safety. Nobody in my for me, if you got a warrant, you couldn't take be around my kids doing nothing. I was just
Absolutely.
talking to my sister about it. I was like, hell, if you had a warrant, you couldn't be picking my kids up from school or doing nothing. I don't know how that might play out, but she
Absolutely.
knew. She knew it. So
Absolutely.
that
And
just
and
tells
I
you
think I
the
think
length that
God
she
that
used to
let me
going.
say this right quick. I think God that we think alike, like I say, because we see the truth, And don't you know God put that on my spirit around 9 o'clock this morning, exactly what you are saying, If you was worrying about, the kids, which she wasn't worrying about the kids, Martell was worrying about the kids. Martell, when he opened up, the first thing that he said, his kids is going to get hurt about it. She was all about herself,
She
make
was
it
all
make
about
sense.
herself,
Absolutely.
standing out there with a fur coat on, getting
Absolutely.
armed guards at her house. Girl, he is not coming over there. It's so strange. I was sitting there and I was kind of laughing to myself because I was like, girl, You know that all this is over something that happened over a year ago, right? Over a year ago. He ain't text messaged you or done any of this in over a year. Not since y'all been to court and there was a judge ruling on how y'all supposed to interact with each other. Has not been anything else. But then you put this out that happened before even your court order. And then now you up here trying to get security. Why you didn't have security before that? If everything that you saying is true, that he's so abusive, why you wait until the police came to lock him up? Because you were waiting for the start of the season. You wanted it as a storyline. That's why. It don't. If she really thought those children were in danger, I'm gonna tell you about me, Lady D. If I was dealing with a fool who I thought was actually out here abusing my kids, you would have some paperwork and some arrest warrants on my ass because I would have been turning
Absolutely.
stuff. I would have been flipping stuff upside down. I've been in jail. You wouldn't. They wouldn't be over there. They would have to lock me up. My kids wouldn't be there. But they over there.
Absolutely.
So like somebody is lying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not believing
Absolutely.
it's like, oh, I care about my children. No, I'll go to prison and death over mine. If I really felt
Absolutely.
like somebody was abusing my children, you think that y'all wouldn't have be able to pull my mug shot up? Come on.
Absolutely. You absolutely. Hey, T Jones, how are you doing, girl?
I'm good, ladies. How y'all doing?
Oh, girl, we bless. Thank God that is them and not us. But what you
Girl,
got
this is
to
a
say about
whole
all
trip
this?
and a half.
Yes, yes. Have at it.
It's
You got
it's
the mic.
it's crazy. And I did you listen to Destiny's interview last night with Dustin?
No.
I liked it. I really I
I
would have
really
appreciated
did.
had he not oppressed her on Melody. And I know Destiny was like, come
Right.
on.
Because she asked him, do we have to? She asked him that question when he brought Melody
She
up. She said,
did.
do we have to? She didn't even
Hmm.
want to discuss her, but it made sense what she said when she said it was so coincidental. She and Martell, they get arrested a couple of weeks apart.
Hmm.
And when she reach out to her son via Facebook, Mel's in the background at the chicken place
Wow.
with. So I do feel like it was something that was planned and it was something for a storyline, and
Hmm.
she is dead wrong. And Miss
Absolutely.
Marlene sees straight through that. She sees
Absolutely.
straight through it.
And you could see that, to her, it's like she script. Even Miss Marlene came across, even if she was script, she looked it and she sound authentic. Mel is like she was scripted, and it's like
She
she
always
was
sound like
pre-planned
that.
of, yeah, of what, to
What
say.
she gonna
And you
say?
could see,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, it's to her, it's like a game. But the thing about it is that you messing with babies. So I see, let me go ahead and read some of the comments. I see that Pepper says she even said that she was going to let the Lord handle it. She was putting her kids' life in danger. Melody, like I said, all this right here is alleged, is my opinion at the end of the day, for entertainment purposes only. But Melody needs to stop using the Lord's name in vain, because one thing that I do
Yeah.
know, when you give it to God,
Amen.
you leave it there. You leave it there. You don't
Right.
keep
Yep.
sitting there picking it up. And when you picking it up, you are a hypocrite and you are a nothing but the devil itself. Miss Wu say hello, T Jones. And also Pepper said the police is not a joke when it comes to black lives. Absolutely. You don't know what can happen. We saw so many horrible stuff that took place, when it comes to our black people, calling the police for unnecessary stuff. And these people, they don't care. All they see is your color, shoot first and then explain later. So for her to play with the system like that, to me, that is an all-time low. Ken's big sister said because she needed a storyline, she doesn't care, in my opinion. And that's why I think, guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you the mic. I think that she should be iced out, because nobody is going to be able to tell this story long as she keep driving this trauma bond train wagon. Okay, so it's
But I'm
time
gonna
for her to
tell you
be
something.
iced
I'm
out.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you something, Lady D. And yes, to Pepper, that just shows the crazy. I was literally sitting, and I only watched the show yesterday. I didn't do no internet stuff afterwards. I just wanted to be a real. When she sat there and said he didn't even call me after he got arrested, I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Thank you. Me too.
Why in the world would you be sitting around waiting for him to call? That's because It's for attention. She's getting off of this. And then to say, my kids haven't even used no phone to call me. So you ain't concerned about what they saw. You and the brother is sitting there looking confused too. He like, but were the kids with him? She ain't said nothing about the kids. Marcus had to ask about the kids. I don't know. I don't really know what happened. You a lie? We all knew what happened. How we
Absolutely.
all know what happened,
Unpopular
but you didn't
opinion.
know.
Are you in my head? Because we thinking about the same thing. Why other people don't see that? T Jones, I see
Girl,
that you have two you have two of your accounts open, okay? You could hear me, T Jones?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know what I did.
Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna remove
You-
one and I need you to talk. You there, T Jones?
Can you hear me?
Say something again.
Can you hear me?
I think that the other one was
she got
sounding
to
much
echo. She
better.
got to turn one of them off. Yeah.
Yes, turn one of them off.
Okay, I'm gonna get out and just try to come back.
Close. If you
Okay.
got StreamYard open, close your YouTube.
Baby, I'm gonna leave.
T Jones? T. Okay, go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead. T, are you there?
yeah, I'm here,
Yes.
but I can't see nothing, so I'm just gonna leave out and try to come back
I
in. I
can hear
don't
you
know
real
what's
good
going on.
now. I can hear you real good now.
Okay, let me
You could
see.
talk. I can hear you. Why T
Okay,
getting
you can
her
hear me.
yes, I can hear you real good. Miss
Okay,
Bug is in the
yeah,
house. She say good Sunday afternoon at Can Big Sister. Also, Pepper say Melody has the nerve to say that Martell did not call her when he got arrested. Popular opinion talked about that. That's horrible. That is horrible.
That's
And then the
that's
thing about it,
called
she wasn't worrying about her
crazy.
kids.
That's
Off a
called crazy.
storyline. Wow, my
If
God.
I got my ex locked up and I'm like, he didn't even call me when he got locked up. It's like, why the F would he call
Wow.
me when I got him locked up? That's the setup because she's doing this for him to react. That's why she was out there with the
Yes,
security. That's she had the armed guard standing there because she's antagonizing him. She wants him to fly off the handle so she can
exactly.
then say, see what he did? And he's not responding the way she wants him. She wants him to respond physically with her.
absolutely.
And I'm so glad everybody just seeing into what's going on. It's a lot of
Absolutely.
eye opening.
Hmm. It's horrible. Can's big sis says there's nothing about the Lord in this. Mel is like the Terminator, seeking and destroying, not caring about the collateral damage. Absolutely. She's not worried about nobody but herself. Because if she was worrying about her children, she knew that this man had custody. He has custody of the kids, and it's a possibility that this man could have gotten arrested with his kids, which it did happen. Which it did happen. She's not thinking about the welfare of her children. All she's thinking about is a storyline. And that's why I say, y'all guys, nothing good is going to come out this is what I call
But here's
horrible.
my I got a question for y'all. I'm sorry, I may have a delay. Did I cut you off, Lady D? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, just talk because I'm
So
just
if
upset.
if the text message was from what was it from 22, right? From
Absolutely.
2022. Okay. So the judge gave his final order on their whole mess in 2023. Here's my question. Did she give this evidence to the judge? I'm sure she did. She gave this evidence to the judge during their whole back and forth when they were in court about the custody and who did what and right. Okay, so if she brought it up for the judge and the judge gave his ruling that here's what I I make of all this and this is what y'all need to do moving forward. Okay, if that was the case, why is she then deciding to take the stuff and take it to the police now when she already had it? She already used it for their initial hearing in this instance.
Storyline.
Okay. So then
Absolutely.
the
Storyline.
second thing is if she didn't give that evidence in court, why didn't she? And why would she wait to do it 14 months later? The answer
Wow.
to both of them is a storyline.
That's it.
Yep.
There's no way to get around that. And these millimeters, I don't get like I don't understand. Like, y'all don't ask these very critical questions. If you had this evidence, why didn't you submit it? You, if the whole thing is you want custody, why didn't you submit all this stuff in 2022 when y'all were in court over the custody stuff? Okay, and if you did, then they already said what was going to be said about that, and there was a ruling, so that should be done, right? So then, why would you then take a moot cause and then file that at a local police station? That's
Wow.
called vindictive. That means that you didn't get the outcome you wanted over here, so you now gonna take it over there. And then if you either
Absolutely.
way, she's wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You absolutely.
she's wrong, but she knew what she was doing. Just look at the time and that it was done. Like
Mm-hmm.
Destiny say, go back to Destiny. It just when you put it together, it kind of like makes sense. It was a plot. It was
Mm-hmm.
like they plotted to do this, so it
And
was
yep.
Yeah,
storyline.
it's
And
definitely a
use
plot.
Martell as a sacrificial lamb. That's horrible.
Yeah,
And I just don't understand why people don't see it. And then the thing about it, they wanted Miss Marlene to turn against her own son. Now, Miss Marlene already said when they went to court that she was not going to lie for Martell. She gonna tell the truth. So why now they thinking that Miss Marlene is not being fair? What mother that you know wants to see their child locked up in jail and their children in a car? So that's just to show you when it comes to these melanuts, these people needs to be dismantled. These
they
people are
have
dangerous. They
confirmation bias.
dangerous.
There's no
Hmm.
way to, you can't have a logical, you can't reason with crazy. So
They
it's
dangerous.
nothing that you're gonna be able to do or show that's gonna make them see anything other than what they see, because they aren't fans of the show. They're fans of Melody. They don't care about Love and Marriage Huntsville. They only care about her. So I would like for Carlos and them to stop saying that these are fans. They're not fans. But here's
Hmm.
the thing that I'm noticing though. Like, I kind of feel like, because honestly, I was bored with that whole thing about the arrest. I was much more entertained by Destiny and Tisha's little conversation. I thought that was cute. I thought it was light. You could feel that they actually like each other and
It
love each
was
other. I could,
mature.
Me
I
too. I liked it,
believe,
that
I could
conversation.
believe that she comes over there and talk. Like, that seemed real to me. I really liked Nell and Stormy's little messy conversation. I thought that was cute. You can tell, like, it was giving more of like regular reality TV shows that are
Absolutely.
lighter. Like, I enjoyed that. I like this storyline about Moses and Sonny. It's messy, but it's a good story. I liked all
Oh,
that. And every
I
time
didn't
we
like
went back,
I didn't like this part about Stormy, not Stormy, Sunny and Moses. I
no,
didn't like
I
that at
don't
all.
like that it's happening, but it's good TV. Like, it's,
Oh,
these are
okay.
TV characters to me. Like, I
Yes, I
don't
didn't
look at
like
these
that
people
one.
as like they real
Yeah.
life, but it's
Do
Yeah.
definitely
y'all trust
entertaining.
Nell? It's something
Hmm.
about Nell to me. It's something about Nell.
What you
It's something
feel?
about I just I feel like she's another millimeter. She's team male. She's trying to figure a little bit just to, fit in that show. But at the end of the day, you see it in the confessionals how she went. It may have not been a confessional, but she was speaking. Well, you just don't know if you haven't been in that situation. She said that she didn't agree with what she did, but in another way, she felt like she was doing it for her
You
son.
breaking up, T. On pause. My
Can you
girl's
hear
in the house,
me?
country girl Queena. She say happy salvation. Yes, salvation. We need deliverance today, Lord. Happy salvation Sunday, Lady D, Panna, and chat. Yes, salvation Sunday. We need that. We needed to hear that. Miss Woe says that the millimeters have turned into idol worship. That's all it is. It's a cult, guys. Bottom line. Miss Wu say, I disagree with how Mel handled the situation. It was a TV plot, absolutely. The thought of the children trauma by his arrest, I would have just told them to pick him up to ensure the safety of my kids. Absolutely. Go ahead, T Jones.
Can
T,
you hear me?
I can hear you real good. Hmm.
Yeah, it's something about Nell. I'm not feeling her
Hmm.
because in one token she said that she shouldn't have did that, but then she
Hmm.
go back and she pee pop and backpedal and she said, "Well, if you're not in that situation, you really just don't know what you'll do." So she's playing both sides of the fence with
Hmm.
everybody.
Absolutely.
I think
But
Nell
Um,
just she gonna be the old little messy lady on the show.
mhm.
I see it slightly differently. I think that Nell was trying to, one, she said that I don't know what I would do if it was me. Like, I'm not in it, and I think that's fair. And I think that's the part that's missing all the time in these conversations, which makes it feel like it's gangbanging to me. Like, you one side versus another. Like, there's nuance in everything. She can, in one hand, feel like it's wrong to try to lock up a black man, and then she can, on the other side, say like, "But I don't know what she's going through, so for me, it would be wrong."
I
But I
get
think it's
that
her
part,
stance.
but they friends, so you kind of know what she's going through.
I
So
see
for you to
Nell
make
kind
that,
of, I don't know
you
how
get what I'm
close of a
saying?
friend. I don't really see Nell as being the type of friend that Melody wants her to be, for the
Mhm.
simple fact that, listen, now, hear me out. Let me cook. Everybody else that Melody has brought on the show, she has cut them off for hanging out with Letitia and the Scots. Nell has been hanging out with Letitia and the Scots and the other members of the cast. She's friendly with everybody. You heard
She
Destiny on
live in their
Carlos'
house.
podcast. On Carlos's podcast, Destiny literally laid it out that everybody minus Mel gets along very well. Melody hasn't cut Nell off yet. Nell still has a relationship with Martell. Nell still hangs out with everybody else on the cast. Nell is writing her own ticket. She also pulled Melody in the room and said, "Did you cheat on him or not?" Those are things that Melody would have cut everybody else off for long time ago. But there's a reason why Melody don't come in there with that energy, which is why I'm
Because she
like, I'm gonna
rent
hold off on
she's
Nell.
renting she's in these people home. She's renting these people house. So quite obvious, she don't want to be homeless. She don't be thrown out, you know, to get
Which is
that
what
size of a
gives
house
Nell
that
the
she
space.
have, to get that size of a house that she have, I think, they going to cough up more money. So quite
But
obvious, she gonna keep
yeah,
it cool with Nell, the Fletchers.
but that's my point. Nell is also right doing what she wants to do. She's talking to who she want to talk to. She's making the statements that she wants to make, and she's not sitting there saying like, "Oh, I can't say that. I'm not," because Mel might get mad at me. She don't really care. She says what
Mhm.
she wants to say. So I don't know. I don't see Nell as being a
I
mellometer. I don't see
I
that.
I think what she's doing is straddling the fence. That's what I think she's
I
doing, and we're gonna find out
I think
because
she's trying to be fair.
yeah, but like I said, we all have a right to our opinion. I think that she's straddling the fence.
it may
I
be
think she
straddling the
wishy
fence.
wash.
I don't
Yeah, she
know. I
wishy
may be
washy because
reaching with the
her and Tisha
millimeter.
gonna get in. Her and Tisha gonna get into it. They showed that little intro about that. I think she goes back and forth, just like when Tisha and Marcel, they all went to dinner with the Fletchers. What Nell did, Nell went back, something so petty and childish and high schoolish could have stayed on the cutting room floor. She went back and repeated it to Mel. So who to say, she's going to keep Tisha in so much confusion. So to me, I think she trying to get her foot in that door and she don't care as long as she gets in there. Go ahead, guys.
I think it's still a produced television show. So there has to be
Hmm.
certain amount of drama, or else we'll like what you.
Absolutely.
And that's what folks need to keep in mind. This is the only show where I see people blurring the lines between reality and fiction. Like, this is a produced TV show. Like, they do whatever they do while they're filming, and then the producers create the storylines and pick it and put and paste it together. So like, and everybody is a participant, a willing participant. Like, they sign on, they're paid. This is their job. So like, like, it just doesn't, like, we here for the mess, but we want it to be light and fun.
Yeah,
As long
we
as they not mad about it, then that should be fine. But it's the fans and the outside folks that make it so unbearable. Like, this is television.
and I understand unpopular. You say we're here for the mess, but we also wants to be logical. We want to make sure that it fit because I don't want to watch a reality show where I see a black man being emasculated or in jail and going through the
For
hell
nothing.
that they put. Yeah, I don't want to see nothing like that. I don't think that is entertainment. To me, it's garbage. I see Miss Dugan. TOU says, "Good morning, real talk family. Hey, Lady D, how are you doing, Miss Dugan? Also, my girls in the house, Bertha Raymond. She said, remember, Chris and Nell also have business association with both Martell and Melody in addition to their long-term friendship. I think Nell loved both of them and
Yep.
want both to make, it their family. Also, Country Girl says, hello, welcome everyone coming in the chat. Thank you very much, Country Girl. Guys, whoever got the mic, go ahead and have at it.
Yeah. I'm not
Ooh, this
saying
is a
that
lot.
Nell don't love Martell or nothing like that, but I think she's gonna stand 10 toes down for Melody. She's shown that, like with some of the little scenes that she and Martell had together, she was antagonizing him the same way Melody was doing, in my opinion. So I may have been reaching when I say she's a millimeter, but she was in favor of the nickname, she being a millimeter. So for me, I'm not feeling them. But we're
I'm
gonna
not
keep
either.
watching the show.
Yeah, we're gonna keep watching the
We
show.
just gonna
But
keep watching.
want me to tell you what else was disturbing? Anyone could go ahead and take a crack at it. When Carlos King, and I know, Carlos King, he's gonna go ahead and stir the pot, but I think that he can sit there and stop some of this stuff, and also he the cost of a lot of things, especially when he drove his little narrative down there to Huntsville and sat there and made Melody's head bigger than what it already is, crowning her and not even inviting the entire cast, which they are,
Yeah, that was weird.
ensemble cast. And why did Carlos King said that Melody is she's a producer of the show. Make it make sense. And when he already said is no producers, he's the producer of the show. Why did he come out and say that Melody is a producer of Love and Marriage in Huntsville?
Well, Melody and
Well, in
Martell
my
are both
yeah,
Melody and Martell are both executive producers. I think he said that he's the creator of the show, that nobody else created it. They are both executive producers. I did think that it was weird that he didn't just give the cast tickets. Like, why would they have to pay to come there? But then again, it looks super small. Like the venue looked really, really small. I'm happy Stormy was able to get in there because she was collecting all the information. I can't wait to see what she does with it.
But they all should have got in free. If you are a part of the ensemble cast, every last one of them should have got in free. And I think that, like I said, if he was trying to sit there and find common ground, knowing all the stuff that is going on, in social media, then, he could have sat there and made it a group thing. What he did was he divided it even more.
I think
That's
he's
just
up
my
to
opinion.
something. Sherelle's World came up with something, and I agree with her. Last night when she was doing the watch party, she was like, "Wait a minute, I think he's trying to like set this up for an exposure." Because I don't think that Carlos is stupid, and I do know that he is messy, and he is the quote unquote king of reality TV. I think that there's a reason why he did that. I really do think
Hmm.
so, and I think the fact that they're bringing up the Kiki and the bloggers thing, I think all of that stuff is gonna come tumbling down at some part in the season. I think that's why
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
the whole cast is so giddy about this season. Like, why? Like we gotta
Hmm.
really like they are super giddy about this. I've never seen any of them giddy about a season before. Like they are really
Absolutely.
like, Destiny last night. Like with all of them, Marceau, they're all like, Martell, they're like, wait a minute, it's about to go down. I
they
think that
just
these
say
people
keep
hold out and
watching.
wait. Right, something is up.
Yeah, I think so too. But this is what I think. Let me know, guys, what you think about it. In order for the rest of them to shine and show what they are doing, because we've been beating this dead horse for almost 7 seasons. I think the only way that they can go ahead and show who they are, they need to come together and they need to go ahead and ice Melody out. Melody already got Nubian Network, some kind of streaming. Why don't she leave? If they cannot ice her out, just let her have it. And just like Martell went ahead and pitched the show to own network, Martell and the rest of the cast can get together and pitch it, to We TV, with Mona Scott, and try to, get away from own network. So what are your thoughts
But
about
if
all this?
if if we think about it, the same reason why Destiny came back is the reason why Melody is not leaving. Like in my opinion, said it's their job. It's a job for them.
So if
So
it's a
Nell is
job for
not.
them, hold on,
She's
hold on,
not
put a
rich
pin.
yet, so she.
Oh, look, put a pin. Okay, if it's their job, then why Martell cannot tell his story? Why Martell
Right,
cannot be
yeah.
authentic? Go ahead, T Jones.
I agree with everything you're saying, but in my opinion, do you agree with what I'm saying? Like with Destiny
Absolutely.
coming
Yeah,
back,
no, I
she
agree
even
with you.
said, she wanted to be able to tell her own story,
Yep.
and she said she need that coin, she need the money. So
It is.
Mel is
And you
not
know,
where people think she is yet. Mel is running around here like she rich and she
Oh,
right.
okay.
Teresa or somebody, but her bank is not up like we think it is.
Oh, okay.
She's
Faking
spending
it
all
till
the
she
damn
make
money
it.
in the clothes and fashions and trying to be this woman that she's not. So she need that money to try to
But
maintain this lifestyle that she wants to live.
Absolutely.
and let's
Faking
be
it till she
clear.
make it.
Let's be clear about the fashion. And I'm not gonna. I don't believe in like just dragging folks to be dragging them. But since we're talking about it, when
Hmm.
people say that Melody is like all the clothes, I don't ever see her. Not that it's all about designer, okay? But it's a couple things. So one, some people do like fashion where they do all designers. I don't see her do that. She's not a fashion girl. She wears like Jay Boland and Who's He, and I don't even his clothes
I
are like
agree to that.
I don't really like it, right? Okay, so she's not spending her money on labels. Okay, so then the other part of like being a fashion girl is about the cut of your clothes. It's about the fabric. It's like that quiet luxury, right? She don't do that because her clothes look very much Dillard's. Like they're not cut right. Like it's not the fabric doesn't read well over the screen. So she is more like a fast fashion, get your stuff from one of them little sites kind of girl. And that's fine. But why are we making it seem like now Stormy be having that S on? Stormy be stepping out, then she pull it back, right? Like
Mhm.
she'll step out, then she pulls it back because everybody there isn't going that far. But little by little, you see Tisha's coming out with all I'm saying is from this whole she's making money, look at how she dresses. Like she's not the best dressed on the show by any stretch of
Mhm.
the imagination. That's not it.
Mhm.
It
I see
is a
Letty.
job though. And this is my thing
Absolutely.
about Melody. Melody has ego because this whole thing of like they force her to work in an environment that's not. Melody know
I
who's going to
agree.
be on the show and who's casted. She continues to accept that contract and that check. She can quit if the whole network is against you, the whole cast is against you, nobody likes you. Why the hell you keep going to work over there?
Because she
Go
want to
work someplace.
sabotage it. She want to sabotage it. That's
Exactly.
why.
Because
Letty
also
Little
because
Jones says, "I truly believe." Hold on one second. An opinion. Let me go ahead and get some of my comments out. Letty Little Jones says, "I truly believe until you are in that situation, you really can say." Also, she says, "Chris and Nell do not own the house. Mel has Chris. Do not own the house. Chris and Nell do not own the house. Mel has Chris was the real estate agent that helped her get the house, and she is no longer renting." So it's because I've been hearing that she was renting a house. This is my first time hearing that she's now owning the house. I don't understand. Who can take a crack at that?
I
Is
don't know
she
nothing
owning
about
the
her
house
owning
or
the
is she
house. The
renting it?
last
Because the
time I
last.
heard, it was,
Mhm.
well, when they say Chris and Nell's house, in my common sense, it tells me that Chris does real estate.
Yeah,
And like people that does real estate, they have he may be a broker, and they
yes.
may have houses that people lease their houses out. So he may be the man that, like Martell was in that house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Leased it out.
With what this
Yes.
lady is saying, I agree. He may not technically own that house. He may be the broker or the real estate agent that's listing the house. So he have access to the properties that's available. So you know what I'm saying? He know whether these people want to list this house for a year, 2 years, 5 years, even if they want to lease the house with a terms to buy the house in the future. So I,
but
I can
see,
agree with that.
I
Absolutely.
this
Bertha
is
Raymond,
this
hold on
is
one second. Let me get all the comments out. Bertha Raymond said it may all be over anyway. A couple of CCs posted last night during the show a counterclaim against Maurice and has been filed, and they added on to the claim as
that's
defendant.
so
It won't go
stupid.
nowhere.
That
That's
ain't going
stupid.
That's
nowhere.
so
It won't
That
go
dumb.
nowhere.
People
Nowhere.
think that just because you file a
Yes.
lawsuit that means something, you have to show how what Maurice do to them. Nothing.
Thank you,
Please.
thank you. It's not gonna go nowhere because the same content creator that's countersued, they
That's so
say that she
crazy.
lost just about everything over this show. Make it make sense, even her home. Okay, this woman,
That's
they gonna look at
crazy.
her as a lunatic, especially when she went to
Yeah.
Stormy's business. Letty also says Mel is a businesswoman, so she is going to make her money to build her empire. Well, I hope she
They
do
all
and go.
business
Her
women.
and her millimeters go. Pepper say, I see some of those designers on Sheen. And also, this is my
Yeah.
last one. Country Girl says, let's get those like up. This is a real conversation. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I see that I got 64 people that's in here. Once I get to 40, 40 more, 100, the first 100, the first person that comes in, I'm going to go ahead and pick one person to they can go ahead and win Stormy's product. This is not, guys, let me make sure I show you guys. This right here is Stormy's product, Canvas Beauty. The first 100 I get to, I'm gonna go ahead and pick out someone, and we can go ahead and win a Stormy body glaze, okay, or whatever product that you want. Make sure that you have Cash App and whatever, up to $25, okay. So once I get to 100, we can go ahead and we can give away a Stormy Stills product. I have the strawberry shortcake, and I promise you, it's all that and some. Go ahead, Unopinion.
Um, I don't remember what I was trying to say before, but about Melody. Oh, I guess I already made that point, so I don't remember. About the house though, this is where this is where the unpopular part comes from me. I'm not getting into people's bankruptcies, whether they own their
I
house
hate
or they
that. I hate
lease
when
the
they do
house. Like
that. Yeah, I hate that.
I think that that's going anything that's not reported on the actual show is hard. I can't follow it because I'm a real
Absolutely.
person. So like that's a weird thing to even pontificate about of like if
Yes.
Melody owns or rents her house, like who cares?
Absolutely. And I
You know,
hope
like
that's
that.
how they get back on track. Keep it focused on the reality show, not these people
Well,
personal
actually,
business.
to that, I have something to say. In my opinion, when I said concern the house, I don't care whether she own it or rent it or whatever. I was trying to put what they have in common, saying how I feel like Nail is with Mel regardless. That's why the
Hmm.
house came up because I'm a real person too, and this is a
Hmm.
conversation. So that's why I made that statement.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't talking
Starbucks is
about
in the
you. I was
house. She
talking
said,
about
please
the other
support the
lady.
channel, Cash App, Real Talk. Absolutely, guys. I got 66 people in here. Please support the Cash App, Real Talk. Your support is appreciated, but not required. Also, Letty says, I just hit the like button and I was already subscribed. Thank you very much, Letty. Thank you very much.
But so far
Unpopular
as going try
opinion.
to
Go
dig
ahead.
to see whether she owned the house or renting the house, I don't care about that either.
I
But
promise you they
like
would have
we
did
say,
it
we
if it was
watching and
Martell. Yes.
between the YouTube and this, that, and the other. Like it was a conversation when Martell was. They say he was squatting in Chris' house, which, like I'm thinking, probably wasn't Chris' house. He probably the broker over that home.
Hmm.
But we was. My point was just saying what they had in common. So, and like one of the other ladies said, they have businesses together. I really didn't even know they had businesses together, but I use that as example to make a point.
Hmm. And also, anybody can go ahead and take a crack at it. What is Melody is talking about? Trying to open up that she needs security. How the heck you gonna say that you need security, and when you and your children, father, you co-parent, she going to see um Martell until the children get 18 years old. To me, that was just another storyline. If anybody need security, it should be Martell and Ariane, because I don't know if you guys saw this clip, this video floating around where these people was sitting there stalking them at a private zoo. Make it make sense, guys. Anybody can go ahead at this right here. So what your thoughts about that? Do you think that you guys there?
Yeah, I think I said something about that a little bit earlier about the security. That's just all for a storyline. There's
Hmm.
nothing. The whole threat that he made was already almost 2 years old,
Hmm.
right? So she was getting security because she didn't know how he would respond to getting arrested, which again tells me that she was doing it for a response. She wanted
Absolutely.
him to be unhinged. She wanted him to do something wild so that she could justify all the things that she was doing for
Absolutely.
TV
Absolutely.
because she then did it. She knew the season was coming up. she did this for a storyline. And here's the other reason why I think it's for a storyline too. When you look at like what's to come, they gave you the previews of like what's going to happen the rest of the season. Every
Hmm.
time she popped up, the name Martell was coming out of her mouth. Everybody else
Absolutely.
talking about all kind of stuff. They talking about, Tisha and Nail getting into it, Martell and how he know the new girl, and everybody else got some sort of like story going. And every time they show her, she talking about Martell.
Absolutely. I see I got a cash app. Thank you, Ms. Dugan. Thank you very much. Send me a cash app. And like I said, we all come in agreement, that God will multiply, shaking it together, running over, and thank you for that cash app. I appreciate it. Absolutely. I see my girls in the house. Nicole Givens, she says, "Good afternoon, Lady D in chat. Do you know how much money it would take to retain a lawyer against own network?" Thank you. That's why I say these people are lunatics. These people are out of their mind. Also, the network lawyers will keep filing continuous until the court throw it out. Absolutely. And they money is not long like own network and Warner's Brothers. So all that right there, guys, just pay that no mind, pay it dust. Linda Young says, "I feel the security is for millimeters." Me too. We've been saying that for day one, Linda. I feel the security is for the millimeters. She's afraid of what she said there and allowed
Oh,
to
I never
grow.
thought about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that. That's what she is. She know good and well the minute she turn and dismantle that group, they're gonna turn on her. That's why you
They
have to
gonna
be
turn on
careful.
her. Ugh.
Yes, you have to be careful who holding up your ladder, because the same ones that's holding your ladder, watching you go up, is the same ones gonna shake your butt right off it. And that's real talk. Starbucks, hey Star, how you doing? She say, "Let's get the likes up, please. Thank you." Also, Bertha said, "Pushing a narrative that Martell is dangerous. It was weird to me." Absolutely, especially when the father of your children. It
All
is
the
just so
scenes that he
sad.
went
Thank you
up to
again, guys.
protect
Thank
her
you, Miss
when he
Melinda
felt like
Young. Thank you, Melinda Young. Thank you for that cash app. And I pray in the name of Jesus that it will fall on good grounds, shaking together and running over, that God would open up the heaven gates and pour you out a blessing where you wouldn't have enough to receive. Also, Be Nice says, "I agree. Mel is vindictive. Absolutely. She is calculated, cunning, and manipulative, everything, all above, all those adjectives. How in the world can you break bread with Ariane at her house, then say they are dangerous?" Absolutely. Didn't according to what Martell said to Tasha K, that Melody drove her tail to Ariane's home and sit there with her mother. That's horrible. Nicole also says security is for optics, to make the Melanuts happy and to give them content. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Linda Young. Thank you for that cash app. And Simona Blunt say hello to the chat and panel. Guys, go ahead, fill in. What you guys think about all this right here, especially when Melody, she wants to call Martell dangerous, but yet she drove her tail to Ariane and her mother's house. That's why I sit there and say, if they want to make this show real, then Martell have to tell this real story. Bring in Ariane Curry. What y'all thoughts about that?
to be honest with you, when it comes to the security issue of it all, Martell is not going to do anything to hurt Mel. And
Absolutely not.
sad to say, if something was to jump off, he would sacrifice himself to save her. I
I
still
was
feel
just about
like
to
he
say
would
that
do
he
that.
would do something to himself before he did something to her.
That's it.
I don't see it. So that was another stunt.
Rena Williams says, "Did you all hear?" Melody says it was perfect timing that Martell go picked up, meaning it comes right on time for filming. Absolutely. That's all she did it for. And I hope that they do an investigation on this right here, especially how you using the court system when they got some serious stuff that is going on out there, and she's wasting taxpayers' dollars. And I think that they should go ahead and investigate this, because everything was right on timing. They open up with Martell being arrested, and you could see when it came to Melody had did not have those children best interests, because if she did, she would have sat there and she would have thought about her children was in the car. What if Martell would have gotten a speed ticket and was on the side of the road, and those children was in the car, and they arrest this black man, or and he didn't comply, and they would have unalived him in front of his children.
Especially when she say he's dangerous. Now let's really
Thank
think this
you.
through. She's saying that he's dangerous. She put out a warrant for him for domestic violence. So in her, if she really thinks, let's just do this. If Melody truly thinks that Martell is unhinged and dangerous and violent and a narcissist, why in the blank would you have him riding around with your kids with a warrant?
Absolutely.
That means that if he were to have a traffic stop, the first thing you would expect is for him to wild out, because that's what you say he does, right? He wilds
Hmm.
out. So you were
Right.
setting that whole thing up, but didn't care whether or not your kids were in the car or around it
Yes.
when it happens. That means that she don't really think that he's something is lying. She's lying someplace,
Yes. And
because
they
you
would have
can't
called
have
the
And then
zero
if
dispatcher.
you
money.
They would have called the dispatcher and said that we got a person that's very violent. We didn't stop him. He got a warrant, and they probably would have said there, and the police probably would have been aggressive with this man. See, they don't think it out, and that's why I think that they should go ahead. What I think this is, I don't know what you guys think about this. I think that Martell, he need to hire a publicist, somebody that's going to speak for him, and also he need to hire a PI, see where all this stuff is being leaked,
Yeah,
because
he
as you
need a
can see,
PI.
they are crucifying this man. They are crucifying him. Nicole Gibbons says the torture lady was competing against Ariane and lost. Absolutely. Like I said there and say, you never win when you play dirty. And the only what's the name? Ariane is Melody's 2-bit change. Okay, get her on. Letty says that, how do you guys feel about the statement Mel said about the RP? And Martell did say he should have not text the um the picture. What you think about that? See that unpopular opinion, her mic drop. Go ahead, T Jones.
what I feel like she was reaching when she even used the reference RP.
Mm-hmm.
It was a inappropriate picture. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even a video that he sent to her. It was a picture. He
It
probably
was a
took a
picture or it
picture.
was a text. It was a picture or a text.
It was a picture that he sent through text, but it wasn't a video.
Okay.
Think about it.
Because
If
I
she would have had a video that he had sent to her
mm-hmm.
with a sexual act like that, it was a pic. He probably screenshotted a certain part of the act and he
Oh,
sent that pic to her. So for one, it was representative. It was put out the wrong way. RP. It was an inappropriate picture. That's what it was. And to add insult to injury, when it came to the arrest, you have the kids 7 days. He have them 7 days. If they called you and told you that he was there, you knew he had the kids. Why couldn't you?
you still there, T Jones? T T, her mic must have dropped. T, if you're there, just go ahead and you can go ahead and say something, okay? I see T Jones, her mic must have dropped because she was talking. So let me go ahead and read some of the comments. Just go ahead and you can talk, T Jones, if you got your mic together. T. Well, let me go ahead and read some of the comments. Simona Blunt said, I think people don't really care about her. She owned the or not. However, her millimeters are always saying she has all the money, but I don't think so, especially if you rent instead of owning. Like just like T Jones say, these people are faking it until they make it. And also, like I always say, living like the Joneses on the outside, but inside living like the Walters. Okay. Country Girl Queenie say hello, welcome everyone. Chat. Yes, guys, I got 73 people in here. Once I get to 100, I'm going to go ahead and you guys can go and call. I'm gonna call out someone a winner to win this body glaze by Canvas Beauty. Okay, so once I get to 100, also Be Nice says Martell stopped getting his daughter's hair done because Mel would take it down because she believed Ariane hairstylist did their hair. Like I said, Melody, you know, you can't even call anything when you on the road 24/7 and you say you got your bags packed. Okay. Rachel says, no, Ariane Martell is moving on to the bigger thing, not dragging her, but so things have to be put to rest in order for him to move on. It's time for him to move on. You there, T?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Also, Rachel says, hey, Lady D and everyone. Let me go ahead and get this out right quick. I got two more. Rachel, thank you. Welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and non-biased. Bertha says, don't you think it's strange that on the last season, Martell said she was trying to have him arrested and then it happened. If he wasn't contacted by her, how would he know? Go ahead and take a crack at that, T. Jones.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead and take a crack at what Bertha said. She said, don't you think it's strange that on the last season, Martell said that she was trying to have him arrested and then it happened. If he wasn't contacted by her, how would he know?
Yeah, well, no, I don't think it's strange because that's been applied. See, nobody believes nothing he says, so that's
Mm-hmm.
been applied all along to take him down. But my thing, what I was saying, to add insult to injury, when before they arrested him, they called her because he had the kids in the car.
Mm-hmm.
She told them to go head on with it. Why wouldn't she tell them, you know what, he have the kids. I get the kids back on Sunday, then you can go ahead and proceed to do what you need to do. Because they could have went to his house and arrested him when you have a warrant, if it was that
Absolutely.
serious.
Absolutely. But the thing about it is that she wanted her moment, and that's why I sat there and say, I think, if I was Martell, nowhere in the world I would ever film with Melody. And if he's with Ariane, I think that he should be able to bring Ariane on that show. And if I was Ariane, if this is my man, you're not going to sit there and try to, come after him again. Then I'm going to step in. I'm going to
In
step
my
in.
opinion, do you think
Mhm.
Ariana is his woman?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've been saying it from day one. What I really think, and like I say, we all have opinion, and I feel in the spirit. I think that those two are married. I also think that she have another child because when they showed the little clips, which we've been talking about that since day one, that she had a girl. Her last child for Martell was a girl, and now they showing some pictures at the zoo.
I hear you, but that little girl, so ignorant. With all due respect,
Who
I know
Ariane.
Ariana. I know you
Yeah,
like her. Ain't
no,
no way
it's
she
not
could
that I
hold a
like her.
secret.
It's not that
She
I
wouldn't be
like
able to hold
her.
it. I don't think she could hold that secret.
Yeah, well, it's not that I like her. Like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I only can go by of what they put out. That's who he chose. Just like with our children, we can't pick, who our children love. So if that's who he
Right.
picked, then we just going to have to accept it. And whether we like it or not. Also, Be Nice says yes. Ariane and Martell are moving on silence on their big deal. So no one can stop what God has for you. Absolutely, that's I think that, Melody didn't want him. Like I said, what trash to someone else can be treasure to somebody else. Somebody else looking for a good man and gonna give that man everything that he wishes his wife would have gave. Also, Miss Dugan, thank you again, Miss Doggin, and I might be pronouncing your name wrong, but thank you again for that cash app.
Well, if
Nicole
that's the
Gibbons.
case, I'm
Hmm.
happy for him, but I'm gonna have to
Yes.
see this myself to
Yeah,
believe it because I
yeah,
just can't
yeah.
see. I,
I,
like
I
I say,
understand.
I just can't see her. She's so
Mhm.
childish. I can't see her not leaking that
But
to
who in the childish
somebody.
in Melody? Who in the childish in Melody? When Melody's sitting there
I
using
agree that she
this
is
man,
too, but
what I think is not to cut you off, Nico, T Jones. What I think is that Melody is more childish than Ariane. Melody, like I said, she act like a child. She act like she's stuck in some la la land. She just not authentic. I don't even like the way she talk. I mean, she just so annoying, and it's not because of it's just I just don't like her aura. Nicole Gibbons says Letty is Ariane's actually has a tape. I'm sure the authorities absolutely can do a forensic search on her phone to get footage after all this time. It's safe to assume no footage actually exists. And I hope they squash it because now we know exactly what he's arrested for, and that's for harassment communication. Also, Be Nice says Melody said on the last reunion that every time she drops off the kids, Ariana is right there. Absolutely. And that's what she can't take. Like I said, she gave her man. Ariana said she got him with her eyes closed because if you don't do it, then somebody else gonna do it. But this is the thing about it, T Jones. He was begging for affection from his wife, but yet she went out the house. She went out the house and did exactly what her husband been begging for. Make it make sense, T Jones. You there? So just fill in when you there. Just fill in. Pepper says she cannot act. It's so fake. No, she absolutely is fake. Which Melody, when they open up, it sound like it was so scripted. You know, she just she need to just give it up. Like Tasha K, she can't sing and she can't act. Okay, and that's our opinion. Nicole Gibbons says the torture lady is always on stage and looking for a moment. The court papers confirm she was being difficult with co-parents, and that's the part that I don't understand. Why people still arguing? The court decided that Martell had the kid's best interest. Just go ahead and charm in when you get on your mic, T. Jones. Nicole also
Can you hear
says,
me?
yes, go ahead, go ahead, hon.
No, I laugh at the Martell and the Ariana of it all. Like I say, if it works out for her, she deserve it with everything that she's endured. But I'm gonna have to see that to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I, I just don't, I feel like he likes some things about her, but he's not in love with her like that.
You don't think so?
Cause no, it's been all
Mm-hmm.
these years. He's been divorced 4 years from this
Mm-hmm.
lady. You know, you messed around with her 3 years in your marriage. It's 4 years later. So, 5 years in the marriage, 4 years later, they done been together about what 8, 9 years now.
Mm-hmm.
You
But you,
free,
yeah, but the thing
and
about
you,
it, go ahead. I don't want to cut y'all.
I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing it different, but
Yeah.
he just haven't shown me that he haven't did nothing but say tell people, oh, don't say nothing about her or don't call her that. But you didn't call her the worst thing in the world, which was a peasant.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't feel like
Mm-hmm. Her mic must drop. Starbucks lover says, "Welcome everyone." Miss Letty says, "I was thinking is with Ariane because he's able to do what he want in the streets and come back, and Ariane seems to be a lazy woman. I don't know, guys. Only thing that I can go by of what they air out, and I know that if Martell was with any other woman, most likely they would have came forward because people love drama and YouTubers, I think that they would have went ahead and found that information, but we have no other pictures, besides Sheree that Martell was with, just like with Tasha K. Tasha K said, I saw you somewhere, with a woman. I think it was in Atlanta. And then he said, oh, that was Ariane. So the only people that we can time with so far, and that's Ariane. Lady say, I think Martell is with Ariane. Me, absolutely, because he's able to do, I read that already. Starbucks say, hey, Nicole, be nice now. If Martell was to be vindicted and file charges for attempted arson against his ex, she couldn't take it, and that's what I think he should do. I think that like I say, the statutory limitation is still in effect, and I think it's like Nicole and we went ahead and broke that down 5 to 10 years, and if I was him, the way that she's trying to nail him to the cross, I would sit there and I will file those charges, file the charges and show them how evil this woman is. Ashanti TV says Martell is with Ariane because that's who he want to be with. There's no science to it. Absolutely. That's how I look at it. I got, with my children, people that they I don't like, but they love them to death. So who am I? Bertha, Rachel said, Bertha, I don't listen to them anymore. I used to like Mel until her real comes shining out. My God, Be Nice says, facts Ashanti TV. Etna says, crowd, hey, Lady D in chat. Also, Rena, hey, Etna. Rena says that Carlos is biased. Yeah, I didn't like it. What you thought? What you thought about that, T. Jones? Are you on your mic now?
yeah, you can hear me.
When it comes to callers, what Rita Williams says, let me read the full thing. She says callers is biased. He told Melody to come take back her show, but when you have a whole cast, why would he separate the cast? What does own network allow this? And I open up from day one. I open up the in the beginning. Callers is very biased. I didn't like the way that this episode had opened up. It's like, he was really trying to put Melody on a pedestal. Go ahead and take a crack at it.
I think if he could have redid that before they started airing that, he would have
Yeah,
took all that back.
yeah,
I
I
really
think so
think so.
too.
I don't think. I think he underhanded and he's a very shady person. He don't have nobody's best interest at heart when it comes to money but himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's about money. It's about being famous.
Ratings, all that's
It's about
addiction.
the for him. So I think that's what it is. Um, they were saying Martell wasn't gonna be on the show. So if he was that bad and he had that much power, Martell wouldn't be on that show.
Absolutely.
Or if he loved Mel that much. So I think he just love with Martell. If Mel there,
Mm-hmm.
Mel is girl. If Destiny
Mm-hmm.
there, that's my homie. That's just who he is. He love all the girls.
You think he loved all his cast, his entire cast?
I think he have something for all of them, but at the end of the day, it all goes back to what's in it for him. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
the
Destiny.
ratings.
Look at it with Destiny. He was saying, "You
Mm-hmm.
don't work, you don't do nothing, you can't be here." Okay, think about it. If Sonny and Moses hadn't gotten married, Destiny probably wouldn't even be back on this show.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
horrible.
she wanted to come back to tell her story, but you got a bigger story to tell now, and he sees some mess in the story. So yeah, Destiny could come back because she's beneficial.
Mm-hmm. So Sheriff Flowers says him attaching a picture to a text and her turning it up to RP is a joke. He only sent the picture to her, but she decided to make it more than what it was. He never told her he was going to do that. She just, like I said, she wanted her moment.
But I bet she didn't show them the text that went with that picture.
No, at all, not at all. But he
I
did.
bet you she didn't show
He
the
did.
text. Good for him.
He did. Carlos, Be Nice says Carlos is not loyal to anybody. I mean, like I said, I just don't understand it. This episode, how they open it up, and I agree with you, T. Jones. I think that if he could have take back of what he did, especially when he went down there to Huntsville and crowned Melody. And knowing how it was going to affect the rest of the cast, I think he know right there he messed up. I don't think Andy Cohen wouldn't have never done nothing like that. You would never would have saw Andy Cohen, stir up, his business like that. Why would Carlos King would even do that?
And you better believe Carlos King has his people that he been to, like Dr. Heavenly. You notice her energy done changed a little bit with Mel too. So he's discussing
Hmm.
stuff. It's just that being that he done got booted out of Atlanta, he know how to he's treading lightly when it comes to the way he gonna do things with, getting rid of people, rechanging things, rebranding things. He has to do it in order so it don't backfire on him. Look how they got this lawsuit now. So I think he's on the mail, and that's why he
Hmm.
kept Martell with his job.
Hmm. Bertha Raymond says that the whole thing was cringe worthy. That podcast event was so uncomfortable to watch. For me, it was definitely a no. Absolutely. I think the same thing. Also, Rachel says Carlos is crazy like a fox. He put her on a pedestal just to knock her off. Absolutely. And guys always talk about it all the time. You have to be careful who holding your ladder, because the same ones that's watching you go up there is going to shake your butt right off. And that's real talk. Just charming anytime, T. Jones. Country Girl
Mm.
says, hello, welcome everyone coming on the chat for multitask. Oh, this month. Okay, thank you very, very much. Starbucks says, come on, Bush babies, please smash that like button. Thank you guys. Pepper says, I was being nosy. Melody does not own property. I looked on the web. Absolutely. These people fake it. Look what you there, T Jones?
I'm here, babe.
Unpopular opinion must have dropped. But this is what Pepper says. I was being nosy. Melody does not own property. I looked on the website. Wow. Told you these people are faking it.
when I said about she and Mel with the house, that's the reason why I was saying it, to put what they had in common, why they would be special to one another, why it probably would be grace given on her end. That was my point of saying that. But whether she was renting or owning it, I didn't know. I knew that they had something to do with it. Period. The TV,
Hmm.
you know. But I don't know. It's just a big mess. Even like when he came on, when he FaceTime her, you could tell it's all script because how you know the cameras is there at the time you
Hmm.
FaceTime her,
Absolutely.
and the way the brother was looking, he was looking like this some bullshit. He had this look on his face.
Hmm.
It's
Your mic is breaking up, T Jones. But until just charming anytime, T Jones. But I think all this right here, this is my opinion, and everything is alleged. But I think all this right here, what Mel did, Mel was using it as a storyline because she know without Martell beating up this dead horse and wringing out this old dirty dish, right? She won't be relevant. She won't be relevant. Like I said, if Mel had it going on, show it, bring in someone, who you're dating with or friends that you can get along with, but she's not doing none of that. That's why I think that the only reason why Mel is on this show to sit there and try to tear it down. That's my opinion. Ashanti Stewart TV says, I really feel bad for Martell. Absolutely. I'm glad he ignores social media, but the thing says about his mom shows how sick these women are. I mean, oh my God, charm in anytime, T Jones,
and a
when it
lot of
comes to the
those women
mom.
that's against a lot of those women that's rooting against him, they would love to have him.
Absolutely. And what about the mom? How they tearing down Martell's mom?
That's it's not like that wasn't to be expected. Anybody, look how they tearing down Nail, because Nail made
Absolutely.
that comment that it wasn't. She don't feel like that was right. So anybody that's against the grain is no
Hmm.
grace given. Period. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but even in the little scene, like the little FaceTime thing, this lady had a little smudge on her face, like a little grin on her face. She know good what she's doing, but Martell say he finna start frying back. And I think when he opened his mouth, that's when she gonna close her mouth.
And I like what Miss Marlene has said. Miss Marlene said, when people get the law involved, it's because that person is in harm's way. Was Melody in harm's way? That was a text that this man sent you. Melody was not in harm's way. Melody did that because she wanted to make it all about her. But if I was Martell, I would go and get a attorney, and she couldn't even utter my name unless it had something to do with the kids, and it have to be away from the cameras. But she messed it all up. You guys gonna be butthurt, especially if Martell bring his son Knox on the show. You guys gonna be really upset. But who the cause of this? Melody, because Melody is making it all about herself. Okay. Um, Edna says, "I'm
Unless
so glad."
Ariana has changed,
Go ahead, babe. What you
uh,
said?
unless Ariana changed her mind, she said her son wasn't coming on that show.
With the price is right, I truly believe, because if you will look at the profile on his Instagram, got modeling and so quite obvious, she gonna add
Hmm.
acting if he comes on that show, and if Martell is pushing, to tell his real story. Quite obvious, when it comes to Ariane and the baby, that's a part of his storyline. Okay, I see that T Jones, she went ahead and dropped off. So let me read some more of the comments. Ashanti Stewart TV says, "I really feel bad for Martell. I'm glad social media, but the thing says about his mom, I read that already. Etna says, I'm so glad that Tisha spoke her mind about the millimeters. Absolutely, and I think that they all should have a serious meeting. They have to have a serious meeting because we won't even know anything about the rest of the cast, which is an ensemble group, until they said and they ice out Mel. Like I said, she don't have a storyline. So what do she have to add to the story? You can't get butt hurt because I already talked about it. When you dig ditches, you better make sure that you dig a ditch for yourself and everything that Melody touch. And I'm not being mean, guys. Like I say, and here's real talk. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Only adults 18 and up. But everything that Melody touched, down from her business, her husband, and now to her children, always ends up in somebody else's lap because the way that she's going about it, and the Most High God say, "Revenge is mine," says the Lord, and she's taking God's name in vain. When God say let go, that means let go. That means do not go back and pick it up. You can't sit there and say, God say let go, then you pick it back up. You pick it back up. To me, that's what you call a hypocrite. Okay. Be Nice says at Pepper Facts that the home mail is in-house is owned by Indians based on the name list. And all this right here, guys, like I said, is alleged, okay? Because I haven't did the research. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, these people are living like the Joneses and inside living like the Walters. Okay, so I see that I got 81 in, guys. 81 in. I'm gonna stay in until maybe 15 more minutes. I got 80 people in. So once I get to 100, if I see 100, those that I'm going to go ahead in the comment, I'll pick you to go ahead and get you whatever you will like when it comes to Canvas beauty products. Okay. I have the strawberry shortcake and I love it. I love it. I love the way that it smells, and I'm waiting for my other package to come in. Okay. So Rachel Country Girl says, thanks for liking the video. So I got about 15 more minutes, guys. 15 more minutes. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Rachel says Melody was the one who brought this text to the CC's, crying and snotting. Her only goal was to continue the pity party in order to make money off the back of the poor people. And that's the part that I don't understand when it comes to these melanuts. All the stuff that is out in the open, even when it came to Ariane. Nobody ever heard of a Ariane until Melody made it a part of her storyline. So if you're going to constantly sitting there and talking about a person, even though you don't come out with that person's name, sooner or later that person is going to come out, and we start searching, who is this woman? So Melody made it all about herself. Okay, Melody knew exactly what she was doing. Like I say, she's very calculative, manipulative, and I mean, she just, oh my god. Pepper says I'm on a tax assessor's website, the public site. Well, if you on there, like I say, that is actually facts. And one thing about my people, they fact checkers. They not gonna sit there and just allow me to be hanging out there. Thank you very much, Pepper. My girl Bertha Raymond says, okay, Lady D in chat, gotta go. Good show. Blessing to everyone. Thank you very, very much, Bertha. Thank you for coming in. Thank you very much. I'll be on at least about 10 more minutes. I'm going to give people a chance to sit there and win this body glaze. Once 1:30 comes, then I'm central. That's it. Okay. The time is up. Also, Pepper says that I just pray for the kids. He hurts to hear bad things about your parents and family. And the thing about it, Pepper, is that the kids are acting more mature than the parents. The parents are acting like kids, and like I said, enough is enough, because these children, they are watching this, and once they get up in age, they not going to have not one thing to do with their parents, especially when it comes to the ones that's blowing it out. Okay, Tanya says she's only makes moves when it's time to go to court. Absolutely. And I hope that, just like I said, they see all this, which the judge do see all this. That's why they put in court documents, which I went ahead and read it, that Martell Holt, the dad, he had the children's best interests at heart. They even gave Melody. They gave Melody 2 violations. They gave her how she was trying to make it hard for this man when it comes to the whereabouts of the kids. She would kept changing the numbers and when he told him about the babysitters, he kept, she kept, uh, getting different babysitters. So, like I said, this girl, she it's sad when you selling your soul, selling your children for a bowl of beans. Fame is addiction, guys. Nicole Gibbons says, Rachel, I agree. She seek out pity and then sells her product with a silly promo code. Absolutely. But all this is about to come to the end. More eyes is going to be open. My girl, country girl says, thanks, love, for coming by. The same to you, talking to Bertha. And also, Rena Williams says Martell is using Ariane to watch those kids for the 7 days. His mom said that she would not watch them for 7 days straight. Could be. But like I said, if that's who he chose, we can't get upset about it. Some of us, we live in a two-parent home, and if the man, is with whomever, quite obvious, they going to be hands-on. And if I was Melody, if she wants this to stop, then you're going to have to pick a side. Either you're going to chase after fame, or you're going to be a mother when it comes to your children. So she just got to pick one. She can't have it both ways. So that's the nature of the beast. That's why you have to be careful, how you go out there and chase after fame. Like I said, it's just a beast. Nicole say, Rachel, I have a promo code. Okay, 2% off. Be Nice says that the silverback millimeters came on her live high or drunk, slamming Nell for supporting Martell while her husband was in the other room alone, listening to her yell at Nell, who is not on her level. My God, and by Nell came out and said, she didn't like the fact that Martell was arrested. Most likely, she probably turned against Nell, but I doubt it because she's in these people's home. She don't want to sit there and be thrown out. So, Nicole Gibbons says, Renee, I know she has babysitters as well, especially when she does all of her concerts where she has won Grammys. They must be talking about somebody else, because I know they ain't talking about no Melody. I don't think that the way she sings, she's going to get a Grammy. Okay. Sharon Flowers says Martell is very hands-on with his kids. She may help him, but he is the primary caregiver. Martell's a good man. Martell is a good man. I see that I got 82 people in, guys. 18 more people come in. Then you guys gonna win. You guys a body glaze valued at $25. You must have Cash App, okay? But like I said, Martell did a lot. Like Martell said, he come home from a hard day's work, tearing down buildings, building them back up, just to have his wife, then checked out on a couch and worrying about, being a superstar, chasing after fame and fortune, and got to cook, clean, and bathe the kids and help the children with their homework. What man that especially a Southern man, will want somebody just a dead log? And Melody already regurgitated that when it comes to Martell, that he does not please her. So if a man does not please you, why are you wasting his time? He's going to go out and get something that's going to satisfy him. And that's real talk, Tanya say Mel can't watch the door at the oh my God. And nobody picking on them. Be like I say, they are the ones that chose to put this toxic lives on a reality show for the whole entire world to pick it apart. So don't get mad. Like I say, I'm just a messenger. Don't get mad. Nicole says, Lady D, I was being sarcastic. Okay. Nicole says, guys, I got maybe about 10 more minutes. Okay. Nicole Gibbons says, I agree. Tanya has single. I agree. Tanya has single. Don't even chart. My God. Renee Williams says that I wonder why none of Melody other siblings doesn't film with her. Where are the rest of her family? Where are her cousins? That's a big question right there. And that's why they upset when it comes to Tisha and Miss Wanda, because these people all about family. These people, they know how to come together and have a good time. They're not going to sit around and pretend to be something that they are not, wants to be so important. When Martell even said it, when he told Tasha K, He said that when he brought Melody's mom into his home to live with them, and it was not to babysit the children, but he costed Melody's mom to come up. And quite obvious, if you live in with somebody, and you're not paying no rent, or even if she was paying rent, you still not going to pay the actual amount of rent that you would pay if you was on your own. So quite obvious it's because of Martell. She came up. Martell did a lot of good stuff. It's just that you guys, you wants to take all of the good that he done and sweep it on the rug because you guys want to ride on this trauma bonding pain. Okay, make it make sense. My girl is in the house. Davita James say happy Sunday, everyone. Guys, happy blessed Sunday. Yes, indeed. Renee Williams says no woman will really want to be either of them with 4+ kids. And yeah, absolutely. You want to go out there and um sit there and wants to be about this life, having your bags packed by the door and talking about, when you want peace, and you want to get away, you want to go and get you a hotel with 4 kids. Make it make sense. And that's all. I'm just trying to get you guys to see logical thinking. How the heck, if you got 4 small kids and you want to go and get your piece, you want to check in a hotel. Just like one of my moms said, they can't do that. They're going to go the farther they'll go, and that's take a bubble bath. And what mother do you know is going to have the father of your children arrested, not knowing if the children is in that car, which it was? That's just to show you Melody, according to what they putting out, does not have the children's best interest. Is all about self. Okay, guys, I got about 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes, and after that, I'm shutting it down. Be Nice says, I was not shocked that callers asked Mel about not being sexual satisfied with Martell, but somehow Mel had 4 kids by him. Somebody is very vindictive. Yeah, she just trying to do anything to smear this man character, to emasculate him. Like I said, we have a right to our opinion. We have a right to agree to disagree. I really think that Melody only went back to Martell to pitch this show and to emasculate and to smear this man's name, to nail him to the cross. But God said, no, not so. Like I said, Melody had 7 seasons to run with this narrative. But now your time is up. She beat this dead horse long enough. She only wanted to come on here because that was her way of revenge, to sit there and try to crucify this man on a public display. That's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. Ashante says, I appreciate you and Logical being there for me after I was doxxed by the T girl. Her channel hasn't been the same since. Absolutely. Like I say, you never win when you play dirty. These people, they was very vicious, very vicious. These people, anytime when you will go against Mel, they will sit there and try to attack you. Why? Because these people was either getting something under the table or because of clicks and likes. But now your time is over. It's not worth it. So, like I said, if they want this lawsuits, then have at it, because these people, on this cast, they're not playing. They're gonna take your butt to court, and you better make sure that you have the money. Okay. T. Jones says that she was getting her peace and joystick. And then that's the thing about it. They think that they don't need a man. Oh, get me a joystick, and that's all I need. Once you sit there, continue using that joystick and that AA battery, then no man gonna want you, because, like I say, the only thing that's gonna please that Chucky doll, and that's a AA battery. So ain't no man gonna be able to please you. Okay, so continue with that plastic, with this Me Too. We don't need a man. Okay, have at it. Have at it, because I don't think no good man is going to ever want you. Okay. Be Nice says Melody wants her kids to be fatherless like she was fatherless. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and break this down right here. Be Nice says Melody wants her kids to be fatherless, like she was fatherless. I believe she is still hurt that her father abandoned her, and Martell refuses to abandon his kids. That's generational trauma, generational curses falling down. And that's why I sat there and say it got to be something deep for Melody to sit there and try to separate her children from their father, knowing how the statistics is a black man, they never be in the children's life because they got mothers like Melody. Just because he cheated on you and he didn't want it you, that does not mean that he don't wants to be with his children. What man that got to come home and cook for you and your mama? Make it make sense. See, y'all don't like real talk. Y'all don't like real talk, guys. This after this is it, guys. Rachel says, I'm glad I caught you, Lady D. Thank you very much, Rachel. Thank God I start my 4 day of weeks together. Thank you very, very much. And you guys are welcome anytime on my platform. Okay, T. Jones, yes. Thank you, T. Jones, and also Unpopular Opinion. Thank you for coming in. Thank you very, very much. And also, guys, thank you for the Cash App. Like I said there and said, I take nothing for granted. Everything that I receive, I appreciate it. And even if it's not a Cash App, hit the like button, share these videos for more unapologetic content. Ashanti Stewart says, be nice. That's facts. Agree. Be nice. And also Can Big Sister, she said, what did Can Big Sister says? She said she got daddy issues. Absolutely. And see, that's why they mad with Tisha. Because Tisha, her father was on the scene. Tisha got her father. And Ms. Wanda said that and say her father, stepfather, and any other father. They got love. And that's what Melody she's liking of. And that's why she can tear down. And that's why nobody wants to be around her because she's a bitter Betty. Okay. Linda Young, thank you very much for that Cash App, Linda. Linda said, I'm so irked that Carla's King allowed Sonny and Moses to be on the show to torment Destiny. It's not fair that they would not allow Ariana on the show. Absolutely. And I wanted to talk about that, but we was just, going over all types of topics. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Sonny and Destiny. We're going to talk about that because that was trifling. And the thing about it is that Destiny went ahead and she confided in Sonny, who was her producer, and who to say that Sonny, and this right here is my opinion, went back and said that Destiny is not open up. Destiny need to go ahead and get fired. Most likely, how we see it, she wanted Destiny out the picture because she wanted Destiny man. Okay. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay. I should have my television up because I wanted to, have my TV on and we can go ahead and do a recap of when the show come on and talk about it as, it's being played. I'm gonna stop where Country Girl said, another great live. Okay, so let me read this right here, and after that, that's it, guys. That's it. Martell Be Nice says that Martell is dangerous, but Mel invited him on vacation, then danced seductively while holding his hands like they were still married. Like I say, this girl ain't nothing but a dag on clout chaser. She used this man. She emasculated this man and used this man for a storyline. But like I said, you never win when you play dirty. Simona says that did anyone catch in the preview of the congrats? Yeah, I saw that. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow because a lot of stuff that I didn't talk about. This it right here. Simona Brunt she said, did anyone catch in the conversation between Mel and Marcel? He said Mel had 3 kids, but Martell not 4. Why did he say that? Why you think he didn't say that? Let me see why. Let me see. Let's see why he didn't say that. Let's see what we can find. Like I said, no one loved the truth, honey. No one loved the truth. Why? That's why. Let me see. Yeah, that's why. That's why. You see Maury Povich up there, okay? So guys, look, Simone says, I'm glad they brought up on the show how the millimeters are crazy. These people are beyond crazy, guys. Be Nice says Tisha Daddy always supported her, absolutely, and come on the show. Mel invited her dad for her baby shower, and he went MIA. Again, how that has to hurt. Absolutely, like I say, hurt people hurt people. This girl, she what they need to do. This is what I think they should do, and I'm gonna close it up with this. What I think that they should do, they should get Ayana, Ayana Van Zan on Fix My Life. They need to get her on that show because this therapist that they got in Huntsville is not gonna cut it. Get Ayana on that show, and I promise you, she gonna wake up quick because Ayana don't play that. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it on. You guys made it a great live, a very great live. I'm going to close it out with my girl, country girl, Queena. She says, another great live, Lady Dean Pound in the chat. Everyone enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Be safe and God bless. And thank you very much, guys. I thought I was going to go ahead and get to 100 views. I got close to 83. So no one wins the body glaze. Not today. I might go ahead and run another one tomorrow. So on that note, guys, you all be blessed. Go outside and touch some grass and get off of this soapbox because all this right here is a distraction. Okay. So on that note, you all be blessed and peace out.